Today on A Commonly Good MTG, we're playing Boros Burn. Now, Boros Burn decks have been around for a while. Boros meaning white and red. And you can see we got lots of red cards, and we got cards that have white and red. Nothing with white all by itself, but still, this qualifies as Boros Burn because we got like burn as in directly to people's faces. And we're going to be melting people's faces today like we're playing heavy metal straight from the top of our deck. If that sounds like fun to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and despite rumors to the contrary, I'm still 100% not AI generated, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by poor Planeswalker, called Boros Burn. Boros Burn. And yeah, it looked interesting. We had a few new cards in here from Edge of Eternities. Other than that, I love a good Boros deck. I love aggro decks. This thing seems like it's got a lot of things in it I really like. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? We got 3 points to your opponents, 2 points to anything, unless you got 5, in which case you could do 5 points to anything, or 4 points to anything, sorry. A dude who you can potentially do some card draw and creature pump with to itself. Weak, but it seems like there's got to be something better than this, but this is what we got in the deck. Hired Claw. He's awesome for a 1-drop because he keeps doing 1 point of damage every time he attacks. If you have multiple out, they all do it every time one of them attacks, and you could pump him a little bit. He's pretty decent. It would be nice if he had haste, but he does not. Here's the hasty guy with prowess. And whenever he becomes a target of spell ability, until, what is that? Exile top card and you can play it. So a little bit of card draw there, like red card draw. Opera, Love Song. Exile top 2 cards of your library. You can play them until the end of your next turn. Or up to 1 or 2 target creatures you control can get +2/+0 till the end of your turn. This guy gets pumped by +2 every time you play a non-creature spell. He's got flying and haste. You choose this to do 4 points of damage to target player or planeswalker, or you can choose to give all your permanents indestructible or target creature gains double strike. I always forget about double strike. I don't read that far. It's a lot of reading on this card. It's practically Love and War and Peace, isn't it? 3 points of damage to any target, you gain 3 life. This guy, his haste, anytime damage is dealt with it, you deals damage to another target. If you deal it to another player, they cannot gain life for the rest of the game. So suck it, life gain. And Nova Hellkite, brand new, costs you 5 to put out. He's got flying and haste. When it enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Or you can warp it in, which for 3, but it means at the end of the next step, he goes exile. What does that say? You cast it from your hand at the exile at the beginning of the next end step when you may cast it from exile or later on. All right, so that means you can kind of keep playing him kind of a situation in an interesting way. Starter town can be any color, but it'll cost you 1 life to use it that way. And then we got nice collections of dual lands because we need that white for these guys right there. So what are we going to do with this deck? We're going to get some guys out. Not a lot of super haste going on early on, but still grinding them down early, coming at them hard, and then bam, bam, bam with the boot, with the burn, your opponent's dead. Is it going to work? It's a traditional standard that strategy that has worked traditionally in the past. This should work just fine. All right, so let's go out and do our damage. But before we do, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. We are playing against Mads Mikkelsen. Star of stage and screen. Keep. Is Goblin up. Turn off a Mole Man. Hopefully I can pick up a third mana. Alright, are you willing to trade? Nope. You think you got better options there, huh? Alright, we got third mana I was looking for. Perfect. Ooh, he is just letting it happen. What I got here? 3 and 4. That's like 7 right there. I might have to shoot my own guy to keep it from gaining. All right, let's do a little super speed action. And I got a single one, so let's go for the pump. I'll spend it all. A goblin can suck it. I don't care. He's down to 2. What do I got? I got 4 right there. I just got to make it to the next turn. He might gain some life. That would be bad. Everything he has doesn't gain life. He's got to have it in his hand. He seems to be dragging butt for a second here. As though he doesn't know what to do. If he had something with life gain, you'd think he'd do it. Straight up. Don't make me play your mushrooms here. Alright. It's not enough to... It's not 16. Alright, let's just win. Oh, he's got 5. I gotta come straight up. All right, he could block. He can, unfortunately, could block. I should have waited. I should have waited. Oh, the humanity. I let that one through. I was hoping to go for the pump, and I didn't need it. All I gotta do is hard claw him, provided he doesn't gain any more stupid life. All right, cool. He gained life. He gained life. All right, that was just so dumb. All right, here we go. Let's win it. And here we go. Jeez. I did not figure that one out right, but still the deck forgave me. Victory! All right, we are playing against Ziemens. One mana, not even of the red variety there. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to see if I can make this work. Hard Claw. See, none of this is going to go after our friend the Patchwork Beastie there. I hope to pick up a second mana. This is what we're going to get out of it, huh? Two points. All right, second mana. All right, there we go. That felt good. You want to try to hold me back there, Sergio? Nope. We'll fry that guy. All right, what do we got there? 7 more turns to go. If the other hired cloud, at least will... Great if I pick up another mana. That's what I'm kind of really looking for there. Manland. I don't want to touch his manland. He's touching it enough. I just want to see whether or not it's sorcery or not for activating it. My guess is it is. Night-night dragon, stay asleep. We got the 3rd mana. I'm going to go ahead and Boros Charm that little jerk. I can't get it. Player Planeswalker. All right, well, whatevs then. You, my friend. And you. There you go. You want to trade off? This is your opportunity. All right, do we have enough to kill this guy, though? So we got 4 right there. Boltwave is 3. Hard Claw is a 2 per turn, provided they don't get slaughtered. Provided they can attack. At least one of them can. Double strike, huh? All right, I'm going to try. All right, there's 2 points. Bringing you down to 9. We'll see what the damage is dealt there. I'm going to Bolt Wave. Get him down to 5. Cool. All right, we got 4 right there, plus these guys will do their damage. No big deal. Hopefully he doesn't have much to do. That's not a mana source yet. That's not great. Still, I got the 1 point coming. No life gain for you, hippie. Flying in haste. I have no white, huh? Let's pull it right now. And we win. There we go. Victory! All right, put against Sinaptic. Ooh. All right, we got a guy out. Cost us a little bit, but hopefully that will be an investment into our future. We'll pay it up to 21 in 4-2, essentially. All right, 9 more turns to go and we win. Yoink. All right, let's get this guy out there. I'll pay it. That's fine. And I think it's 2 points of shots. And 1 straight in. All right. Can we keep this together now? We got a Boros Lightning, which is only, what, Burst Lightning is only 2 points. He's desperately trying to find something worth playing, apparently. All right, 3 points to Duffy Moon. And all in. 1, 2. Bottom down to 5. All right, I got 4 points right there. I'll go to a player. So I got enough to kill him on the next turn. I don't need to do anything. These guys can all die in a fire, unfortunately. I'm hoping that they'll be able to stay alive. Dude, that was an instant. You could have done it on your next turn. All right, there's the 2 right there. Let's see what he's willing to block. 1, 2. That was beautiful. That was a glorious, glorious aggro moment right there. All right, putting against Sam, I am. Chocobo! Let's hard claw. I need 5 for this guy. It'll be interesting. I think I just played this game. 2! We got like a curve going on here. There we go. We're taking the shot. It's still early, man. So the question is, what am I going to do next turn? Is it Screaming Nemesis or is it Burst Lightning? It just depends what he puts out. I know. Punch, punch. Boom, boom. Trick or treat. Probably my favorite playmat of all time. Lots of things to do here. All right, there's a guy we could just do something to in a horrible way. I'm Screaming Nemesis. That's what I'm going to do. He's not going to block. Little utility there is going to do its thing. Need 2 more mana to bid out the Hellkite. That's a long ways away with this deck. Alright, so it's now above my ability to kill. That's not cool. Alright. Hellkite, or pronounced Slickshot. Let's take it in. Who's going to block that way? Crazy. All right, death. Let's make it so you can't get any life. And I'll hold out. We're cool. Can I just... Yeah, let's just chill. This is utility over there. This is what I'll be playing next turn. Yeah, I could just win regardless. I don't even need the show-off. I don't even need it. Cancel. They start getting too crazy on me here. All right, there's 2. 3 to the face. And in we go. Yeah, I was sold on a little combat damage there. Boom, boom goes the room. Boom, boom. All right, playing against mark. I turn off the repellers because they are disturbing. You know, I'm not a big fan of starting town. They're a little rough. I'm playing just a smidge of white. What is the real point here? All right, let's see. What are we really going to do here? That's a white. That's not really going to help us out too much. Let's just throw this guy out. That's fine. Nail his ability to do something. Throw out another guy. That'll help with the attack. And here we go. Oh, it's not. I was thinking it was a hired claw. It's not. It's just a goblin. Yeah, that was a weird choice, man. All right, number 3, Screaming Nemesis. Well, I'm doing killing myself more than this guy. All right, so I got 8 points right there. He didn't last long, did he? Oh, so I got 8. I got 11 total, and then this will cause 2. I just got to keep what I got in my hand. I'll be all right. Let's Boltwave this mother trucker. Alright, I just need 1 more minute. I could throw him down next turn. I could do it probably anyway, provided... There we go, we just won anyway. Winner! Victory dinner! Alright, playing against level 5 Ratata. What are we doing? 1 drop. Not a whole lot. Alright, well now I know what I'm going to do. Because that is a little engine that I don't need to be dealing with. And Screaming Nemesis, if I can cause some damage to him with Burst Lightning, I could just cut off his ability to gain life. Let's Slick Shot. Do a little bit of the aggro action. I just gotta nip this guy in the bud. That's what I gotta do. Alright, Screaming Nemesis. Feel free to block if you want. The worst thing right now is if he were to phase out my Nemesis somehow. That's the worst part. Because obviously he wants to do life gain. I gotta keep this guy from gaining life. Alright, so the question is, what are we going to do here? Are you going to block? There you go, hippie. Good job. Indestructible. Do I not have it? I should have it. I want to do this here. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and take this guy down. Should have done it at a different time, huh? He's down to 8. All right, come at me, brah. So I don't have any more power-ups here. That's a problem. Hopefully we'll draw something that's a land. There's like, what, 21 lands in here. Like, I got a handful of land. Oh, he's got that. All right, we got him down. Unfortunately, I just got that. What does he have? That guy does not have the ability to block flying. Oh, that's right. He could block whatever he wanted to because the other guy wasn't flying. All right, so I got him next turn, as long as he doesn't put out something with reach. And he can't do like 11 points of damage this turn. And we win. There we go. Winner, winner. Winner, winner. Victory dinner. All right, with a 100% win rate, we're playing with Boros Burn. Yeah, it wasn't too different than the normal Boros Burn. We had a couple of new cards in here. We had Nova Hellkite from Edge of Eternities. He was kind of cool. A little bit of a ping damage, but only to the creatures. So it would have been great if it would have done it straight to the opponent's face or any target. That would have been great. The Opera Love Song, I was sort of underwhelmed by that. Still, 1 or 2 creatures get +2/+0. That could really do it for a deck like this. Absolutely. Get the additional 4 points of damage punch through. Not to mention that it would also pump up something that has, the prowess in it, like the Slickshot here. Starting town, I felt like this was causing me more damage than it did anything else. Still, we were packed with it. We had 4, and somehow I got 4 in my starting hands all the time. It was crazy. Yeah, there you go. It was interesting. It was cool, and it won constantly. Constantly. All right, let's get down to it. Who was my MVP? Who was my most valuable player? I can tell you for a deck like this, it's Screaming Nemesis. The reason why he's hard to play at 3, this deck like this is hard to get to a 3, but still, you're usually playing against life gain, and life gain is what this deck hates the most. And Screaming Nemesis, you could get it out there, you could shoot it with your own stuff, like a burst lightning to the Screaming Nemesis butt is probably the best thing to do, because you're doing those 2 points of damage there, which means you could then do it to your opponent, which then means that they got a token that says they can never gain life for the rest of the game, and that is fantastic against a life gain deck. And that's what you're really worried about, is life gain. Yeah, a nice aggro red deck like this does a fantastic job. Why are we playing Boros? Boros gives us Boros Charm and Lightning Helix. Both of those can be played against any target. And this one in particular is so good at giving you the time you need because it gives you 3 life. This one only does 4 points of damage, but yeah, you give all your permanents indestructible, which is great sometimes. I mean, that'd be fantastic if they were going to do a nice board wipe and you just protect it all. There's a lot of good tricks that white gives you with this deck these cards helped you to keep going. Anyways, yeah, it was a great deck, and Screaming Nemesis is today's MVP. Congratulations. Number 1, was this deck competitive? Yes, it was a competitive deck. I got 100% win rate. I was playing it on the ladder. I was playing it not on the ladder. When I went and took a look to see how I was doing in the current meta, I think it was deck number 4 or something, according to Untapped GG. Yeah, this is a competitive deck, 100%. Number 2, was this deck fun? Yeah, this one's an aggro darling. Look at that. It looks like it's like peace, but it's really, turn 1, turn 2, you got lots of things to do. You have 21 land in here? It didn't really matter. You needed 3 mana, and even with Warp, you could get this thing up for 3 mana, so that was great. Altogether, this thing did not need much mana. We were going crazy in aggro sense. I love aggro decks. This deck was fantastic. I love playing it. It was tons of fun. Lastly, was it interesting? Barely. Why barely? Because we only had a couple of new cards in here between Opera Love Song and Nova Hellkite. Do we have much from Final Fantasy? I know we got Starting Town. I think that's it. Yeah, other than that, this deck seems a little old, tired. I'm not sure that Nova Hellkite and the Opera Love Song was enough to make this deck feel fresh. So I'm going to give it high points. I'm not going to say it's super interesting. It was just barely enough to get me to play it again. Every deck I play has to be interesting for me to play it. But I'm not going to give it points for being an interesting deck because it didn't feel like a retooled version of what was going on. Hellkite was cool, but there's only one in it. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was it interesting? Not really. All right, so with all that stuff, I'm still going to give it a straight A. It deserves what it was. It was a great deck to play. And if you got the wild cards to put it together, I would highly recommend you do so. So if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.